Dexterity is the weirdest stat in Brawlhalla because it doesn't work how you might think. The others are pretty straightforward. Strength gives you more damage and force, defense makes you take less damage and force, and speed makes you faster on the ground and in the air. Dexterity, on the other hand, is much more complicated. Now, I have a full video explaining all of the nitty-gritty details, but what you basically need to know is that contrary to popular belief, dexterity does not make you attack quicker. What it actually does is reduce the amount of lag you have after using a move, and the amount it takes away is unique for every single move and every single dex value in the entire game. Like I said, this stat is pretty complicated because sometimes it might do a lot and sometimes it might do nothing. That's all to say that an extra point of dexterity can be incredibly broken, and it could also be literally useless. 9 Dex Scythe? I mean, we're definitely getting some diminishing returns here. Where dexterity really shines and where it's actually broken is where it gives you new combos, but you can already do that Nair into Sair True on, I believe, 6 decks. That's what I mean by diminishing returns. I'm already crossing the threshold for activating new combos and getting new options and everything. At this point, it's just giving myself like slightly less recovery frames, and I don't know if that's really worth it. But I reckon it's still probably gonna be a lot of fun. Especially if I just placebo myself. I can just pretend that nothing I do has any lag, and I'll play with zero fear whatsoever. I have many fears, so many fears in my life. Like my biggest fear, that you won't sign up to play Battle Crush on October 23rd to October 30th on Steam and Android. Hello there, it's me, Eggsoup, here to thank Battle Crush for sponsoring this part of the video. Battle Crush is a PvP brawler game that will have crossplay on Switch, Steam, and mobile. You fight against 30 other players all around the world to become the sole survivor. It's fast, and each round lasts 8 minutes max. Fight enemies from all directions as the ground beneath you starts to collapse at your feet. Throughout the battle, you can find treasure chests and items to survive and make your Calixer stronger. The controls are simple to pick up, but have a high ceiling with up to 6 action skills to utilize. Light attacks, heavy attacks, dodge attacks, and ultimates all have unique mechanics with combos and surprise maneuvers and invincibility so that your action experience can be maximized. Battle in various modes, including Battle Royale, where your goal is to be the last standing among 30 players. Brawl, where you choose 3 Calixers to battle, or Build Up, where you fight a classic 1v1. Use Eggs coupon for 1,000 free crystals when you install, and nobody else's, because you can only redeem it from one channel, so please use this one. It expires on October 30th, and that is the single scariest thing to happen in October. Don't let me catch you with your Battle Crush coupon expired. Sign up for the beta starting on October 23rd on Steam and Google Play. Follow the link somewhere below. He typed it somewhere. It's there. The beta will run until the 30th, so you've got a bunch of time to crush. Now back to the inbred boy. Now, because I'm on this mission to lie to myself, I didn't even check what 9 Dex Scythe does. Like, maybe it removes a lot of recovery frames from moves that are actually pretty good. Or maybe it only takes stuff away from when you do a ground pound and then land on the ground. Because there are some dex values that's actually all they do. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a goofy stat. Sometimes it makes a character the literal best in the entire game because they have access to insane combos and strings that nobody else can do. And other times when you ground pound in place, you're 1 frame safer. Now, if this was a few years back, or short patch, that was not that long ago, this would be an entirely different conversation because Loki would have access to 9 Dex Katars, which previously was only available to Lin Fei, and Lin Fei at the time was demonstrably broken. Like the best character in the entire game. No longer is that really the case. The true combos she had access to aren't really in the game anymore, so that is good if you don't really like playing against Loki, because that would have been insane. Imagine on release Loki, but he also can have access to 9 Dex Katars, previously allowing for unholy Katar loops. That would have been bonkers. Still, I'd be hesitant to say that's even close to on-release Jaehyun in terms of power, because that, I don't know, I feel like we've all collectively maybe forgotten about that one. That was a bit of a debacle. What's really crazy is I end-lighted there, and that left me high up in the air enough to get hit by that, so that was interesting. Okay, but what I was saying is that on-release Greatsword is like probably in modern Brawlhalla the single most broken thing like we've ever experienced, but on release, people were saying it was so terrible, it needed buffs, it was so clunky. That's why with first impression, progressions, you always gotta take it with a grain full of honey. Makes medicine go down? I think I'm combining phrases here. You can't really get a good gauge until you have a ton of different types of players testing it out and finding out the little quirks. Now that all that dexterity spiel is out of the way, it's probably high time I properly commentate the gameplay, since I haven't really been doing that in a lot of these videos. And right there, for example, is an old classic Scythe string where you're catching a dodge up in the air and then getting a nair into their string. If I dodge here, they won't be able to nair me and get a chase dodge back, and so they're just dead. That's a nice good stock from one single opening. Okay, here's the thing though. If there's a sticky bomb on the screen, all of my plans are dashed. I couldn't pick it up there because the weapon, I was hoping they'd pick up the weapon that I could get the sticky bomb. And now it's gone. And that's really sad. That ground pound was a bit stupid. Okay, when you're up against a Rayman and you see them hovering like that, a lot of the time they're probably going to go for down sig. I'm going to go for the platform here because that way they can't down sig me down on the stage. And if they end sig, I could react to it. Here, they're probably, yeah. They're either going to wait to dodge or not dodge because I got the dodge down last time and it got a gimp. But also, the moment I got that second to last hit, I knew I could do the weapon toss because they were probably going to dodge in. Why did I have a sense that they were going to dodge in? Well, I just had a feeling because they were holding their dodge hoping that I wasn't going to kill them. But when they saw I read that and waited for it, it's much more likely that they're going to start rushing. So I did my job. I commentated over one game and gave insight, and that insight is also probably impossible to follow because what am I talking about? It's whatever. I didn't have a chase dodge, so it's actually kind of dangerous there. I think I have come to the conclusion that 9 Dex Loki right now, I'm not feeling it. It's not worth it because like what am I doing? You know, I have less defense. I don't have the 6 speed. I feel slow. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But also at the same time, I've placeboed, so I'm happy. I'm the most happy I think I've ever been in my entire life. Never mind. One last battle, one last bout, one last brawl in the map of all maps, the Halo map, which I really, once again, have not played much at all. I didn't realize this was in the game. I should have waited for that second jump. I knew they were going to second jump. I also shouldn't have gone for that ground. There's a lot of shoulda, woulda, coulda here. I actually interrupted that. I feel like this map is kind of perfect for me because I can just do like one of these and then they can't go to the wall because I have the wall version. If I do it early, it does the air version. It's nice. Though I guess that makes no sense because on a map with a smaller wall, it would actually be way better. At this point, I'm just saying nothing. which is crazy to say because it's arguable if I ever said anything in the first place. I'm thinking it's about that time. I gotta go. I'm taking double the amount of classes you're supposed to right now. I didn't even talk about that. I've got homework. I've got exams. I'm stressed. I'm tired. I'm taking you with me. I'm gonna go eat a cow. Hello, it's me, the cow. It's been so long since I've seen the light. He told me it's because I didn't subscribe. I don't even know what that means. I don't even have thumbs. I can't even read. But maybe you could help me. Maybe you could help me get out of here if you do as he asks. I thought he was supposed to be lactose intolerant. I don't know how that is some multiplicative property that he's eating another one. He's eating so many more.
Hi there.